let's be real. Most dating advice online is garbage. It's exaggerated, unrealistic, and not how things are in real life. Connection through chaos is about real people, real experiences, and real conversation. From dating to marriage and all the real life moments in between there. And today, I'm here with my boy, Deezy, Odell, Mr. Ink Life, Mr. I can keep going on.
So my guy,
What's
man,
going on with my brother?
I'm here, baby. I'm
I
here, just
appreciate you being
chilling
here.
for sure.
Now, when I say this is my brother, it's really my bro. Like we literally been locked in since what?
Withrow, since
Withrow.
since
High school.
Withrow, bro.
Then after high school, we
We was
was some
locked in.
ancient ass niggas. Decided- but that's why I brought you on the show because
for real.
not only can you
That's for real.
attest to like growth and stuff like that, we was around each other then. We were in those situations where
Me, you, Mike, everybody.
wildin',
Wow.
wildin' back in those days.
Nah, for sure.
So tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you got going on, all your accolades, all that, as I get our wine together.
Uh, so my name is Odell Williams. Tattoo artist. Been a tattoo artist for 15 years. Check my Facebook page at Odell Williams Jr. And on Facebook and on Instagram, Oski Williams. Um, and also I'm a truck driver. I've been an owner operator for 5 years. Had 3 trucks. Been in and out of the industry and stuff like that. So definitely been around the way.
Now, my viewers, before we toast, because I
Yeah.
always toast, they know I do not drink sweet wines. I despise them.
Yeah.
But this one caught my eye. This that double XL. I heard everybody talk about it, but I knew it was that sweet stuff. So I was never gonna try it until one day. It's like until I went to the store and this shit said 21% by volume. This is the Cali Extreme 21, y'all. I ain't never tried it. I'm gonna try it today, but 21% when most alcohol, well, most wines is like 11 to 14. I'm kind of scared. So
As you know, I mostly might mix them with some kind of tequila or something like that.
yeah, that's living on edge.
This you really don't really have to. You can
Not at
chill with this.
21%.
Nah, you can chill it with this.
All right, let's toast to a great conversation.
Yes, sir, my guy.
Let's
Appreciate
give
it.
this a try.
Yeah, I like that.
God damn. Whoa.
Yeah, I like that. Cause it's sweet, but it's not all the way sweet.
That
It
hit
still
like
got
some liquor is in there. Some not even liquor. That hit like some liquor in there.
Nah,
God
for
damn.
real. It got that bitter wine taste to it, but it got that sweet aftertaste too. That's why I like it. A little mix of both worlds, for real, for real.
It's not as bad as far as the sweetness,
Mhm.
but I think it's because the alcohol
So
content
strong.
is so high.
Exactly.
Let me try this
Exactly.
again.
For sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that in my hand.
It has a little thick, like most of the sweet
Mhm.
wines
Yeah.
that I don't like, but ooh,
Yeah,
like it's really hot
you can feel
right
it.
here in my chest.
You can definitely feel it, gang. Yeah.
Trying to get the visuals,
People
the
overlook
viewers a
that.
little description. I could drink this.
Mhm.
Like I probably would never drink it again. Like just to have some wine and
Yeah.
sip.
Yeah.
But I can drink this like on ice.
Oh
Like a
yeah, not for
mix.
sure.
This remind me of a good ass mixed drink
Mhm.
that's like mixed good enough where you can taste the liquor still,
Mhm.
but it still got some flavor
Got some
to
flavor
it.
to it. Yeah.
There y'all go.
Yeah.
Boom. All
All
right.
my stuff on the rocks or chilled. You know what I'm saying? I can't even drink hot liquor for real. Not for real.
Chill liquor do go down smoother.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So I start the podcast off with a question that I ask everybody.
Mhm.
And I ask this because I genuinely want to know.
Mhm.
I want to know, how do you date? Let me give you, just so we can be concise.
Mhm.
From the time you get a girl number to the time you say we're exclusive or you're my girlfriend,
Mhm.
what tests, trials, traits, like, what do you look for specifically in certain steps? Like, okay, she did XYZ here. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade her to a little bit more exclusive. Like, what is it? How do you date in that aspect?
Me personally, man, I started dating different uh when I stopped lying to myself. So
Mm,
when I say stop lying to myself, I mean like what am I actually looking for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Um, being truly honest with myself, being truly honest with whoever, you know, I meet and stuff like that or whatever, and intentions on what I'm really looking for. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So, you know, like even as of right now, and a couple women that I done dealt with, um, recently or whatever, I tell them the same thing. Like, you know, I might meet a person, or it might even be somebody I come across that I already know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just show interest in them and stuff like that or whatever. We get to chopping it up. And, you know, I let them know, like, I'm dating with intent. Like, you know, I'm not really into uh just sex no more. You know what I'm
right.
saying? I feel like the older I get, the more
Mm,
it's more of a mental thing now.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah, for
saying?
sure.
So like don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? You can have sex and it might be cool. Like just say you meet somebody, y'all kicking it or whatever, and it lead to sex or whatever like that. If that's all you got substance wise, it's just gonna get old to me real quick. Like,
For
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? So and then that's why I try to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you into, you know, same things of that sort, what you looking for, you know,
Right.
what your past look like, you know. I get into real kind of like questions, like, you know, and it's like you interviewing somebody without making them feel like you interviewing.
That part. That's why you know what? I'm gonna give you a copy of the book today.
My God.
I'm gonna give you a digital copy because that's basically what this book is about. It's like it's not like sitting down interview. Like, oh, it's like me. I made it fun. So with the
Exactly.
women I date, I said, I have these questions. Like, let's play the question game,
Yeah.
and I give them a copy too, so they can like before we go to bed or we on the phone for a minute. Like, we just be like, let's ask each other find 3 questions, and we go through the
Mhm.
little log. And like, all right, ask each other those questions.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's say, all right, you done went through the preliminary.
Mhm.
You already made it clear that you were dating her with an intent.
Mhm.
From that point on, again, what do you look for? How do you date from there? Like how you know you're gonna make her your girlfriend or what you know what I mean?
Well, like right now, like I'm the type of person I don't like to talk to a lot of women at one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
That's crazy. You said that I'm the same. Well, I can only talk to
yeah.
one at a time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 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 okay.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, like let's just say I meet somebody I'm interested in and I feel like they showing interest. I'm just there. That my all of my attention is right there.
Right.
Cause I'm already, you know, with like far as career wise and my kids, I got too much going on to be jumping around. So I feel like when I'm dating, I want to give whoever I'm dating all my attention. You know
Right.
what I'm
Actually, the
saying?
little attention, the little
Yeah,
shit you got.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So uh, you know, the things that I look for is off top, how do we communicate? Like far as like conversation wise, like is our conversation forced or is it just natural? We just flow.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So, excuse me, if I meet you, we exchange numbers and stuff like that. I want to see how long we can just talk on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Or I might invite you like, hey, you busy right now? Like, nah, like you like Starbucks, you like coffee or something. You want to go on a little coffee date or a little walk or something like that, just to somewhere we could chop it up.
right.
So based off of that, answer off of that, I kind of gauge a person off of that too. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
she's like, no, I don't want to do that. That's simple. Like, why can't we just go out and do something? I'm like, oh, okay. You looking for extravagant.
that
You know
part.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want to know if I can kick it with you on a regular basis. That's the first
First.
foremost. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I'm not into giving somebody incentives that I don't know.
That fucking
You
part.
know what I'm saying? Like, why would I? They, I feel like, and I done been in them modes. You know, you got a pocket full of money. You young. You hollering at chicks like, "Shorty, we can go here. We can slide over the weekend trip." Whoa, whoa, whoa. But when you do stuff like that, it's either you being spontaneous or you like, "Oh yeah, I know if I take her there, it is what
This
it
is gonna
is."
be what
Like,
it
you know what I'm
is.
saying? It
Yeah.
is what it is. I'm just trying to kick it.
Yep.
I know she just want to feel good. She want to go somewhere, have a
Yep.
good time. You feel me? But nowadays, it's to the point to where it's like, I'd rather take somebody that deserve it. Like, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my nigga.
Real talk.
Nigga.
Somebody that deserve it. You feel me? Or I know
That's
I got a connection with.
wild.
That's just like,
How
go
similar
ahead.
we are. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so before I interject,
Mhm,
so boom, she passed all that. Vibes checks good.
mhm,
Everything cool. Y'all just been vibing, meshing well on our one stuff.
mhm.
From that point, how do you know to make her your girlfriend?
Trials and tribulations type.
I don't know, like how do you know to make her your girlfriend? Like,
Well, when you date with intent and you really shoot for what you're looking for, then you're gonna have them uncomfortable conversations.
right,
And I like to have uncomfortable conversations. And when we get into them conversations, if you're a type of person that like veer off and want to talk about something nonchalant or they don't have nothing to do with what we talking
right,
about, that shows me how serious you are. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But if I can have an intellectual conversation with you, like, like what you looking for in a person and things of that sort, like, I'm looking for compatibility, loyalty, trust.
Mm,
What was your past like? You know what I'm saying? Your last guy, how did he treat you and things of that sort.
right.
So when you talk to somebody like that, you get to see like, are they damaged? Are they healed?
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
So
How they
you,
still view stuff? Have they learned from their mistakes?
right, right.
So, a big one is when they have gone through something, will they admit their mistakes?
The
Accountability.
accountability, big
That's
one.
real talk. Because I would tell, even when you get done dirty, like let's just say you get cheated on, right?
Mm,
It's still an inch of accountability in there. Like, what
right.
did you do different, or what red flags that you let fly?
That part. What? Yeah, right. So boom, she makes it past all of that. Checked all them boxes.
Mhm.
No traumas. No blah blah. That's how you pick her. Like, all right, boom. All these conversations been good. These deep conversations been cool. I ain't seen no yellow and red flags. Like, all right, bet I'm about to make this exclusive. That basically what you do? Sounds like
Let me tell you, this is my slogan right here.
it.
This is my slogan, right? By the time I'm dating somebody and we make it month to 2 months or something like that, within that part, I done learn what I need to learn about them. And I ask myself, if we was in a room naked, would I fuck with her?
You gotta explain that one to
I'm
me.
about to explain it to you. I mean, no material, no nothing. Because when you dating with a purpose, you trying to meet somebody for the long run, forever. So with nothing in a room, naked, no clothes, no nothing, no career, no nothing, do I fuck with you on a day
Dude,
to
there we
day
go.
basis?
So naked is metaphorical.
Metaphorical,
There we go.
exactly. Nah, yeah,
I
not
was going real literal. I was like,
literally. No
naked. Where you
diddy,
going
like
with this
where you
naked
going with
shit?
this?
Okay.
Yeah, but nah, that's how I picture it. Like
Mm,
with nothing going on, how do we interact?
that fucking
And
part.
that tells me that, do you value me? Are you in for my best interest? Like I'm in for your best
That
interest.
part.
If I'm moving wrong, are you gonna tell me? Are you not afraid to be yourself? You know what I'm saying? Are you not
Mm,
afraid to tell me where I'm wrong? Can we conclude? Can we, fix issues and things of that
right, right,
sort?
right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like um, you know, you gonna have disagreements and stuff like that, but it depends on how y'all go about them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Are y'all exploding in arguments? Are y'all talking calmly and really working the situation? You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? Like, do I gotta pull how you feel out of you, or you just gonna
Mm,
feel comfortable to tell me like, hey,
that
babe, like,
vulnerability.
yeah, like you know what I'm saying? I don't really like when you doing this
Right.
because you know I'm not gonna come at your neck crazy. Like I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, mean you always on
That part.
because I respect you.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I'm gonna give you your floor, like you know what I'm saying. But that's one thing about women that I have dated and that I don't like. Like if you're not comfortable around me, if you don't feel like you can express yourself and things of that. So if you're not being your true, genuine self,
Hmm.
it's a turn off.
Yeah. Damn. So crazy, y'all. Look, I've known this man for over 20 years.
Mm,
When I say this is my dog, my guy, my bro, like I'm dead ass. And we've never sat down and had a conversation like this. And it was so crazy.
exactly.
I'm really gonna encourage any man out there who is dating, wants to date better, wants to become better, to sit down with your peers and have this conversation because my mind is really literally blown right now. If I can put like the emoji right here, something I
Yeah.
will. Because every like from the first time you said something to just a second ago, like
Mm,
is literally exactly how I am and how I date.
for sure.
And that's crazy because we ain't never talked about it. Like from the only date one person at a time.
Yeah,
My thing is my attention span. Like it ain't necessarily like I'm too
exactly.
busy. Like I just don't have the attention wherewithal to
Or the energy, man.
manage first
Mhm,
multiple personalities, multiple people's schedule. Like I can
mhm.
see me now trying to talk to two, three different girls at the same time, and I'm like, "How was work today?" And
Yeah,
she like, you know I don't work on Tuesdays. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
my bad. Right.
I mean, I gotta keep up with different people's shit. I got how the kids. Kids only got one.
Woo.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just don't have it in me. So I date one person at a time. That's crazy. And even with the just seeing how the vibe go.
Yeah.
Like how can we mesh?
Mhm.
What's so crazy? You said you have a thing where you like talk on the phone for a while before you even invite somebody out.
Mhm.
I done said it on my podcast a couple times. Like I I call that my chit chat stage.
Exactly.
I chit chat with somebody for however long it takes, but I chit chat with them, whether it's DM or we got numbers or whatever, and we're just chit chatting. I'm getting a feel for what your
Mhm.
personality is like, what things you like to do, blah blah blah. Then I'm like, okay, all these vibes have been checked. We've been cool. It ain't the conversation's been natural. It ain't felt forced. I'm a fucking back in the day when you be talking on the phone so long, you got your feet up the wall and shit. Like like the
Just
conversations
doing
is going that good.
Yeah, just doing silly
Now
stuff.
now what should I say like steak and lemonade because I always shout them out.
Mm.
You wanna go steak and lemonade? You ever been there? Like I'm gonna take you there. I got some new blah blah blah. Like meet me there. Like some quick food spot.
Yeah.
Like I said, you do
Just
Starbucks or
something we
something
could
like
just sit
that. Just
and
where we
chop it
just
up.
our own self. Like we date exactly the same. That's
Bruh, this
crazy.
was so crazy though, right? And this is, bro, when I say this is recent, like this is like, yeah, like less than, man, nah, maybe about 2 weeks ago or whatever, right? Less than 2 weeks. But I told the girl I was so serious on how I date. I was like, Shorty, you can put me on Life 360. She was like, you lying.
What's Life 360?
Life 360, that little stuff on iPhones where they add you and it shows you on a map everywhere they at.
So your location.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
It's like a family thing or whatever. Or it could be with your friends or whatever.
Hmm.
But they add you on Life 360. And it's basically they can see where you at all times. Safety
Yeah,
reasons. A lot of
yeah.
families do it, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I
Stuff
mean that
like
makes
that.
sense. I just send everybody my location. I
Yeah.
think you have my location.
Yeah, talk shit. So I was like, you know, I'm so serious, like, yeah, if you think I'm bullshitting, put me on Life 360.
That's crazy. That's exact
She's
same way
like,
I be.
she's like, shit. She thought I was playing. She said, all right, then put you on there. Put me on there. I ain't even have it. I don't even have it. But I know she had it downloaded and everything. She took me out first. That weekend came. She said, I just want to let you know I took you off because I trust you. Nah, nigga, you trying to do what you want to do. Like,
Right, you want to do what you want to do
yeah,
now.
I don't even know how to use the app. I wasn't paying attention to that shit. I did
That's
it for your comfort. Like,
crazy.
but yeah, that's just how serious I am though.
Speaking of your comfort,
Yeah.
that's a great segue because the reason why I had you on the podcast to begin with
Mm-hmm.
is that you're a popular guy like me out here.
Right.
Like, I don't think people understand the level
Right.
of popularity that I don't know. I have. I know you have
Yeah.
it. Like when I say I can't go to a Kroger or Walmart within a 275 loop and a little bit beyond without one person who's being like, "What up, bro? Like you still doing jewelry?" Mama still to this day be like, "You still doing jewelry?" Or man, I seen the podcast or I seen the da da da. Like that level of attention and stuff like that
Yeah.
really takes a different kind of woman.
It does, man.
So to segue into that, because you said your comfort, and this is the question I wanted to ask you, I find myself when I get into relationships,
Overcompensating.
I will say overcompensating. I will also add I over communicate. I do a lot of things up front to put them at ease as much as I possibly can. You
Exactly.
told her to put you on like 360. I brought her like, here's my location.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
that's how serious I am about this. Do you run into that same kind of situation where you feel as though you have to, I don't say lose privacy or anything like that, but do you feel like you have to overcompensate and over explain like going into relationships?
So let me tell you this, right? My daddy once told me one time, he said, your problem is you so worried about being honest, you tell the truth too much.
Mm,
He said, you tell the truth too much.
that's crazy.
So when I realized, at first it took me a while to say, I'm like, what you mean? You supposed to keep it 100 all the time,
Yeah.
this and that, blah, 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 or whatever, right? What I realized about women is the things that women ask for, they don't always be ready for.
Oh, facts.
So women are not comfortable with truth.
Facts.
Like dead truth. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so the more you try to compensate, the more you just openly honest, you don't have nothing to hide, it makes them have to be in accordance. They make them have to be the same way. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And it's not that you're asking them to be the same way. It's just they feel that pressure to be the same way.
Right.
So it make them
Like,
uncomfortable
oh,
a lot of
girl,
times.
like you said, you can put it you on 360, so she
Yeah.
felt she had to do that because you was on it. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
makes
And then
sense.
realize like, oh shoot, I'm tripping. I got stuff going on. I can't let him see wherever I'm going.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yep.
And I wasn't looking for it. I'm just making you feel comfortable. But
Right.
the fact that you not on the same level I'm on, thinking that I'm on BS, you know what I'm saying? Now
Right.
you done set yourself up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You feel me?
Dang, that's crazy. Um, so with that same thing being said, do you feel like dating is harder for you because of your popularity? You around women. That's what and we got so many similarities. We gotta start hanging out again, bro.
No, for sure.
Um, you being around women all the time doing tattoos and stuff like that, do you find it harder to date?
I don't think it's harder for me to date. Well, I put it to you like this. Once people have a perspective of you, it's hard to change that. Like you gotta
Mm,
really reset yourself. Like so lately, like for the past year, I've been off the scene. For the past 2 years, I really been off the scene.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But people still visualize you as what they remember you or
Nigga,
what
I'm
they
still Adam
heard.
the jeweler and that's been 10 years.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to change that, but it's also easier for me to dictate bullshit.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's why you
saying?
gotta get a whole new right. You gotta switch everybody out. All new. All new. It's like, nah.
You know? Yeah, I'm like, oh no, I'm like,
I'm
shoot.
almost done with the first skill.
And nah, real talk. So, me personally, I might have women like, oh, I know who you are. Boom. So you got
Mhm.
women that been done dirty so many times, they don't want to talk to
Mhm.
popular niggas. And they definitely don't want to talk to a popular dude that's a tattoo artist and a truck driver. Like
The
I said,
two, we say the two top.
the two number one thought careers ever. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, but the thing is what I don't like about women is they assume. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say women. Let me stop. Ladies, let me stop. Because I'm not gonna make every woman feel like that's just the whole genre of y'all.
Right, right, right,
But
right.
it's a lot of women that been through things that feel like, what they've been through, as soon as they hear these triggering
Yep. For sure.
whatever it is, they just assume off rip.
Yep.
That's just like, what are you? You Aquarius? Oh, you da 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 da
Yeah. Oh,
da.
I hate that. You a
I'd
Scorpio?
be
Blah,
like,
blah, blah.
that's so immature.
So
Like,
immature
surely,
as fuck.
like, come on, I'm 38.
Judging people off their zodiac sign is
It's
very immature.
it's
It's
crazy work. You hear me?
very
Like,
low vibrational.
yeah,
So I say that.
it's crazy work. So it's just like, yeah, but it gives me, when I'm bluntly honest and being popular like this, it lets me detect what needs to be around me and what don't need to be around
Facts.
me. Because my thing is, yeah, I'll be around a lot of women tattooing and stuff like that. But at the same time, the lady I'm talking to, or even the lady I'm dating, I'm gonna make you feel comfortable. So, what you doing? Oh,
That
I'm
part.
tattooing, whatever. Whoop, heck, I want to see you. Shoot, pull up on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As long as it's something comfortable and my client cool with it,
Right, right,
like
right.
it's nothing, any thigh areas or whatever. As long as they comfortable, hey,
Right,
you
right.
mind if my lady friend come over? Oh yeah, she can come over. I need somebody to talk to. Cool. You
Cool.
know what I'm saying? Or I set my phone up. You can FaceTime, I have my earbuds in. What's up with you? How your day going? This,
Uh-huh.
that, blah, blah, blah. I don't have problems doing stuff like that. I'm
Right.
not no hide and seek type of dude. You
That
know what I'm
fucking
saying?
part.
So you could tell when somebody finessing a situation, man. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? And who really bluntly honest with what they got going on for real.
Okay. So with that being said, and that, like I said, even that scenario is the same as me. Like
Mm,
I'm the exact same way. Like
mhm.
pull up at the studio. Like let me make sure my client cool with you being here. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. With that being said, if you don't mind talking about it, the last woman or two,
Mhm.
woman before last, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
What was the reason why y'all broke up?
Um, the last girlfriend, she wanted a leader that she wanted to control.
Nigga, that's a fucking bar. Wow. Explain that without like a long story short.
So,
Because I get it, but the viewers may not get that.
for instance, a lot of women say what they hear. So they always be like, yo, I want a leader. I want a guy that can guide me and teach me and this
Whatever
and
the
that, blah,
buzzword
blah.
is.
But then when you give them advice, they want to tell you how to do the advice. Or they want to tell you,
Mm,
oh, you see it that way, I see it this way.
right.
And I'll be like, okay, well, apparently you don't want a guy to lead you or teach you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I strongly, strongly value a woman's opinion.
For sure. All
I
my
feel
female
like
friends, but
I feel
one of
like
my
in a
friends is
relationship,
yes.
a man can lead, but he should consult first.
For sure.
Because the woman is the support system.
That part.
A real woman. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? She the support system.
Right.
But, you know, as like for a small, short stories, long story short type of situation, we were in an area that was unsafe and I was pumping gas and I'm like, yo, get in the car. I'm pumping both the cars. You know what I'm saying? I pump my pump in, pumping hers or whatever. And I'm thinking she in the car. All of a sudden, somebody grabbed my arm. I turn around, ready to swing. She like, dang, what you do? I'm like, little mama, I told you get in the car because I had already seen something. I seen something that was
Yeah.
could possibly go left.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? And you not from here. I
Right.
am. Like, you know what I'm saying? She get a whole attitude with me for the rest of the night. And I'm trying to explain to her, like, look, I didn't know it was you. Like, I told you to get in the car. I saw you get in the car. The door shut. Then all of a sudden, I don't hear nothing, but somebody grabbed my arm.
Right.
I'm
You almost up the blick, girl.
I'm protecting you and me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can understand you being upset, but the fact of the matter that you didn't understand what I was doing
Right.
as my role.
And I didn't need to explain all that. You just needed to be the baby that sit down and listen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just respect what I'm telling you. It ain't like I smacked the shit out of you. You
Right.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
So was that the straw that broke the camel's back, or was that it was just that was the repeated behavior?
repeated behavior.
There we
So
go.
it was more so like she was her way or the highway. Sometimes you get a point to where you can put somebody on a pedestal too high.
Mm,
You can put them on a pedestal way too
I
high.
did that with my last
You know what I'm
girl.
saying? You get to learning them so well that you know exactly how to treat them. And then when you make somebody feel that good, it's like a drug. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can make somebody feel so good it becomes a drug, but everybody don't operate off drugs the same way.
That part. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So she can be cool, comfortable, and respect how you make her feel, or she can start feeling like can't nobody tell her nothing. And that's what she became. It was her way or the highway. If it was up to me, I could be compromising. If she had a problem, we'd talk about it. I try to conclude it, you know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying? And be understanding about how she felt. You know what I'm saying? I hope we come to a agreement or a
Right.
conclusion. You know what I'm saying? But if it was a situation where I'm bringing up something, or for instance, that gas station situation, I'm explaining myself. Well, you look at it this way, I look at it that way. I'm like, but baby, this don't work like that. We got to conclude somewhere. You can't keep telling me my opinion don't matter and yours does.
Right.
It don't work like that. So it got to a strong point to where it was becoming disrespectful. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And we grabbed a mediator, and it was a mutual person. It wasn't a
Okay, I'm right there like, damn, you want the counseling and everything? Y'all just first like a friend or somebody.
yeah, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? But it was a type of person that would tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or
Yep. 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 Yep.
what she was doing wrong. And I could agree to a lot of stuff and take accountability on certain situations.
Hmm.
And everything that was said to her, she couldn't deal with it, and she didn't care. So I was like, yeah, baby, like, yeah, we're gonna
This
have
ain't
to
gonna
move
work
on.
then.
This ain't gonna work.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't respect me. Like
that
flat
part.
out. Yeah, can't do it.
Okay. So with that being said, um, where I want to segue this to? Hold on, let me think for a second.
Mhm.
Okay, so when and why did you make that shift as far as like um dating more intentionally, only dating one person at a time, stuff like that? Because me, I used to date mass at a time back in our days when we was climbing back then.
Yeah.
But when did you make the shift and why?
Um, I made. I think I started dating seriously after I had my daughter.
Bruh.
So
Never. That's the exact same time I did. That's
Real
crazy.
talk.
Well, granted, no, yeah, that's crazy. That I was same.
It was multiple reasons.
That's crazy,
For
bro.
one, you know, I always respect women. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And like we've been talking about, we done had them player days where we out kicking it, we just doing us, we young with some money and just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? And getting to learn yourself. But when you start having kids, you mature pretty quickly. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
saying? Ever since I was a kid, though, I always wanted a family. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a split home.
Mhm.
You go to your daddy house, your mama house,
Yeah,
they
same,
arguing all this and that.
same.
So excuse me, I always wanted a family type environment. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't create it for myself.
Right.
And then when I was bluntly honest with myself, I was like, you didn't create it for yourself because you never went for what you really needed. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You never set yourself down and asked, what are you looking for? You never stuck to your guns.
That part.
You never went with your first instinct. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because it was times to where I come out of a relationship and I was either wilding or was just like, I don't want nothing serious. I'm just kicking it,
Yep.
baby. Oh shit. Like, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Stuff like that. And then, the next one is like you telling that person like, yeah, you cool to kick it with, but I can't take you serious because blase blase. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Things of that sort. And you telling yourself that too, and you being honest with that person.
Right.
The next thing you know, you end up with some baby. You like,
Ah, yes. I'm lucky
and
I
you
didn't.
like,
That ain't how my babies came.
you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you like, but you told yourself.
Mhm.
And then after I had my daughter, it was like, okay, you got your daughter now. You definitely got to look at women totally different.
Same.
You definitely got to be serious with what you got going on. You 38, bro. Like it's been time to
Been
lock
time.
in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because biblical, you supposed to be married and take over the world. You know what I'm saying? Biblical wise, you know what I mean? So you just not moving like you supposed to be moving. You're not
Right.
gonna conquer nothing if you don't move off them guidelines. You know
That
what I'm
part.
saying? So that's what kind of made me serious for real, for real.
That's crazy. Like this, the similarities is uncanny. It's like,
Oh my god.
because I was like saying, well, I was a little bit more serious before I had my daughter.
Hmm.
Me and her mother. Let me think. Let me think. So that was 13 years ago. I think that was the first girl, yeah, the first woman that I never cheated on.
Okay.
So I was taking it serious before she got pregnant.
Right.
Granted, I still did like little sly shit. Like
Hmm.
I didn't cheat, like have sex with somebody else, but I, flirted with people
Yeah,
that I
for
used to
sure.
fuck with. Blah. But then my daughter came, and then like same thing you said. Like I've always respected women.
Yeah,
But when my daughter came, I said, you know what? I have to set an example for
exactly.
my daughter.
Right.
Like, let me be a better person, blah, blah, blah. So when she gets old enough to date, I'll be the example of the man she goes after and not these other
Exactly.
motherfuckers. So
Exactly.
that's made me get even more serious about it.
Right. Right.
That's crazy, our similarities, but
Nah, seriously though, bro. I mean, like, cause even like right before my daughter came, you know what I'm saying? I was serious. I was with somebody and I told him it was a possibility I had a baby on the way. Cause it was a situation at hand. So I was just like,
right.
I just had to make sure, you know what I'm saying? And I really wasn't even dating then, you know what I'm saying? I just ran across this person and where I was driving my truck in and they slipped me a note like, hey, I think you cute, blah, 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 blah. And I instantly told her, like, hey, let you know right now, like, yeah, you cool, this and that, blah, blah. Cause, we had conversation first.
Right.
But I told her, like, yo, it's a possibility I got a baby on the way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Whatever. And, we can just be cool if that ain't what you into and this and that, whatever. Or I'm just letting you know.
Right.
She accepted it. I kept it all the way at 100. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, a lot of women go off emotions and not the
Mhm.
logical truth. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
facts.
So when you're talking to somebody and they really like you and there's sex involved, the world can be on fire. They don't care. You know what I'm saying? Till the fire hit them, like, oh shit, the world on fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when my baby came and got my DNA test and it was, my daughter and everything, let her know, like, okay. but I've been prepared you for this too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not kicking it with my baby mama. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I gotta be there for my daughter.
Right.
So, I'm gonna go to these doctor's visits. I'm gonna do this and
For
that,
sure.
pick up my daughter, this and that. But I'm bluntly honest. I'm telling you everywhere I'm at. I'm what's
Mm-hmm.
going on, this and that about you don't have nothing. But when they create them scenarios, but they
Mm-hmm.
don't express how they feel to you, they start to believe what they think. She went off and did her and messed the whole thing up.
Yep.
You know
Sound
what I
about
mean?
right.
Yeah.
Usually this is a Q&A back and forth with some of the questions from my book, but I just wanted to dig, and then we just went into some tangents because we had so many similarities.
Mm.
So we're gonna do a couple questions. Y'all know name of the game. Ask a
Okay.
couple questions. These are questions from the book.
Yeah.
Um, these are a little bit different because I'm gearing them towards men instead of like y'all would do it with y'all partner, whatever the case may be. But they're still great questions to get to know people and stuff like
Right.
that.
And make sure y'all check this book out, man, when it's ready. When it's ready, you go grab that on Amazon. You hear what my guy got in up here, you know what I'm saying? So you know what he's talking about when it comes to this dating stuff, you know?
I try like I tell everybody though, like I ain't no expert. I ain't no expert. I'm just one man just putting my opinion out there.
Right.
I do think that my opinion though is centered around logical things.
Yeah, for
For
sure.
example, communication. Like
Mm-hmm.
most of my guide and suggestions
Yeah.
is centered around communication
Yeah.
because that's the most important thing in a relationship. You can't
Mhm.
talk about sex, money, but we can debate it all day. But in order
Mhm.
to talk about sex, money, or whatever case may be, it has to be communicated.
Exactly.
Not only does it have to be communicated, oh, that's you're just talking. No, it has to be communicated in a way where you don't feel like you're attacking them. They don't feel attacked.
Mhm.
What's their communication style? Some people need like visuals. Some
Exactly.
people just need very literal. Some people need, you know what I mean? Like, so communication, that's all a part of communication. So
Yeah.
that's what I just say. I ain't no expert, y'all, and that's why I got the show to kind of get even more knowledge from
Mhm.
other people.
Gotta
But
really
a
learn the
question from
person.
here that I think women want to know
Okay.
is what's one thing women assume about you that's totally wrong?
I got hoes.
Oh my god, that same fucking thing.
They
Same.
think I'm a slut. Yeah. But you know what though? Let's be transparent. In my earlier days, I brought that on myself. I can't lie. Brought that on myself. You know what I'm saying?
You
Young, but look, check me out. Young, tattoo artist. You know what I'm saying? I done been around the block. You know what I'm saying? So that's something you can't lie about. Because one thing you got to understand when you lay down with somebody, you got to understand you at risk of that person saying something, whether you saying or you not.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That person gonna tell somebody. Everybody got a best friend.
For
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? And that best friend got a best friend. And then you meet that best friend like, hey, what's up with you? And then, hey,
Especially in this small city.
yeah, he used to talk to such and such. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I get it, you know what I'm saying? But people do mature, people do grow up and things of that sort. So, only thing I can do is show you. I can show you, like my daddy said, I can show you better than I can tell you.
That part. That's crazy. I did the same thing, but I ain't like I gotta admit, like I did bring I was, young money, Adam the jeweler,
Bruh.
youngest, only black nigga in the city with jewels and a store, face on my
We
car,
was at club, we was at the Ritz, and we was at club downtown.
all of them.
Nah. You
Which
know
one?
what I'm talking about. Doing down there,
The one in the alley?
they used to call it Whiskey Dicks. Club Club 7.
Motions or Club 7.
Club 7.
Motions, Club 7. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, hey, listen, bro.
The time we had. That'd be a whole show of just
Hey,
reminiscing on those
what?
times and going back
Facts.
to the Fay apartments, like, hey, we coming back to the Fay, like, we going over our people's house, like, going to the Fay apartments, smashing,
Bruh, no, for
going home at
real.
5, 6. That was when I was a cheater back then too. Like, so
Yeah,
I'm coming to the house 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, talking about some
man.
man. We went to the Ritz, like knowing damn well, and the Ritz it closed at like 5 a.m. Y'all.
That
But going back
was
to the like, oh, I was at the Ritz, knowing damn well I was in the face smashing on something.
wrist to IHOPs, pulling
To Waffle House,
man, clown. Oh my
to White
goodness.
Castle parking
Hold
lot,
on, time out. We said all the clubs except for Annie's and then Waffle House in Kentucky.
Annie's with no
Oh my
panties. Annie's
God.
was definitely a fucking time. But we ain't
Yeah.
gonna get into it. The
Yes,
time
sir.
was had it.
Nah, for
Oh,
real.
quick question before you ask me a question.
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that you were a hot boy back in the day, and
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but for me, it was just too easy to get coochie.
Okay.
Like it was just too easy. Like it ain't like nowadays you gotta do a lot. You gotta do all the shit. Like it was literally we at the club and we like, what's up? And then we start chit chat with them.
Yeah.
Then by the next week, we done chit chatted them all week. The next week, they like, oh, you going out again? Like, all right, y'all come back with us. And they were like, yeah, like it was just too easy. You ain't put no effort in. Do you think that plays a role or a part of like because you're now 39,
38. Yeah.
38,
Mhm.
like do you think you just got so much pussy and it was so easy that now it's just like, I'm tired of pussy. I'm tired of sex. I want something
Excuse me.
more meaningful and more serious. And I asked that because last summer I planted the seed in my head
Mhm.
where I'm like, I don't want any more what I call frivolous sex.
Right.
What I call frivolous sex.
Yeah.
It took a while for that the shit to sprout.
Yeah.
But November of
Yeah.
last year is when I just cut everybody off.
Right.
My favorite eaters,
Mhm.
everybody. Like I said, I ain't about to. I didn't even like no nut. Fuck no nut November. I didn't nut in at all. Like no jacking off, no
Yeah.
nothing.
Semen retention.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nothing. Because I'm working like I'm tired of it. Like what about the fuck, and then what?
Yeah.
That's kind of told myself. So do you feel like that's attributed to like it just being so easy and getting pussy all those years when we was at our peak?
Um, I ain't I'm not gonna necessarily blame it on it being easy, like having access, you know what I'm saying, to it to make that the reason. It's just the fact that it comes to a point to where you just really want what you want. Like, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And I don't I don't want lust. Like, you know what I'm
that
saying?
part,
I want genuine love. Like I want to look at somebody like, man, that motherfucker care about me. Like,
that
you know what I'm
part.
saying? Like that person really care about me. It don't matter about sex or none of that. That's just the additive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like people don't understand how true intimacy feels. Like intimacy hit different.
Way
Like, you know what I'm
different.
saying? Like you could sit there, like when they sit there and watch the Instagram videos with it look like the person holding each other and they meditating and thing, they just look at it and it look good.
That part.
But they don't understand the real true feeling and what it really
Mhm.
takes to get there.
And
Like, you know
that
what I'm saying?
and even before getting the energy exchange when you and somebody is in tune with each other in that
Exactly.
intimacy moment, like that's
Right.
crazy.
Exactly. And if y'all not locked in mentally, you holding somebody with some candles lit ain't gonna mean about nothing.
That fucking part. Okay, I'm gonna segue from that into one of my kind of back to the date how do you date thing. One of my last interviews, I just want to get your take on it.
Mm,
I sat down with her because she didn't believe in love and all that one stuff.
okay.
And she felt like love can be generated down the line and all this one stuff. And
Mm,
it kind of had me in my mind wondering, like, damn, am I dating wrong in the sense of if I don't feel a connection like you're my person in those first couple months,
yeah.
then I'm not gonna take you serious. We're not gonna go to the next level. We're not gonna go on no outings or no dates and stuff like that.
Right.
How are you in that sense? Like, you meet a woman, she's attractive. Of course, we look at looks first. Got to.
Yeah.
Then you're chit chatting with her. Okay, cool. This vibe is great. You want to go get some Waffle House or some blah 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 or some coffee, da da da. Cool. She said yes to that. Like, oh, so she really down to earth. Basically, I really can't go to level 2 or 3, 4, blah 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 with nobody if I don't feel like "Ah, this might be my person. Like, she's funny. She da da da. She has these qualities that I like. She, makes me feel like X Y Z blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Are you kind of like that? Or are you like you just go with the flow? You don't put them on no like quote unquote pedestal. Like this is my person. You just like I take them as they are right now today, and then go from there. Like how are you in that aspect?
No,
Like, cause I really can't like take nobody serious who I don't feel like they're my person within those first couple months.
yeah, no, exactly. Like me personally, because personality can't be trained. Like, um, you can teach somebody different things. You can learn people certain things, but I don't want to change you as a person.
Right.
You feel me? I just want to add to you. You know what I mean? So that's what I look for. Like, you know what I'm saying? I look for your personality traits. Like
Mhm.
a liar didn't wake up. I mean, a liar didn't get taught to lie.
Right.
Like they just it's in them.
Right.
They just naturally sneaky. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or they just don't like for people to know their whereabouts or their next move.
That part.
So they bend the truth even when they telling the truth, or they
Right.
just flat out liars,
For
sneaky,
no
you know what I mean?
reason. When
For
they
no
lie for no
reason.
reason, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I chase personality traits
Mhm.
that match with my value. You
There
know what
we
I'm saying?
go.
What I'm looking for.
So once you see like that matches up, then you're like, do you take it like day by day? And like me, again, I just picking brains. Like this is what I want to do. I want to pick brains. Like me, I once I get past that point of like liking them and like we have so many things that line up and like so many like coincidences. Like uh, I don't know, like y'all know like sometimes coincidences be like, that was too coincidental. Like how did
Yeah.
you picked up the phone to call me as I was calling you? Like so I also discovered that I'm easily smitten,
Okay.
but that's a whole nother conversation. But
Yeah.
like little things like that, like damn, I literally just picked up the phone to call you. You calling me like, oh, you must be my person. I'm that easy in a sense.
But that's when you know, shit like that. Like sometimes you get in tune with somebody where you can think about them in your phone ring.
That part. And so when that happens, I think this is my person. So once I get there we go. That's where I was going with that story.
Okay.
Once I get there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's like, oh, God, is this my person?
So yeah.
I then start to fantasize and or visualize what this relationship looks like down the line. Like now I'm like, oh, how am I ask her to marry me? Okay, ask her
Mm-hmm.
daddy
Mm-hmm.
because he cool as cool as shit. Because I done met him by then. Da da da. Like, and I start formulating this whole fucking narrative in my head of what our life can look like down the line,
For sure.
which then runs me into shout out to my social media friends because they say I moved way too fast with the last relationship. Where I moved too fast
Okay.
and I post and I'm like, oh, this is my person. This is the one, y'all. I hope this is the one, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Do you do that or anything like that? Or you just take it day by day, you just take them as they come? I don't know. I'm just asking.
So it's been I've been popular in my relationships on social media. Um, I did something for my, ex-girlfriend that went viral or whatever. That dude still be like, nigga, just cause you post that video, nigga, my girl still tripping about that. She still got to save. You know what I'm saying? But like a recent conversation I had with somebody, and I was like, you know what? When I meet my person or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and I get engaged, I'ma get engaged, with that person, and of course, involve the people that's supposed to be involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep it on the hush for a year.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Because
engagement or the whole relationship?
the engagement,
Okay.
so the engagement slash wedding, and I hadn't made up my mind on how I want to move. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
But keep them, take your videos and stuff like that, but keep them to yourself for a whole year so you get locked
There we
in
go.
without outside distractions for
There
a
we
whole
go.
year. That help you soul tie with your person
Right.
a lot more. So then by the time you do get exposed, nothing can block that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they know who you are as a person.
So rewind a little bit. Do you ever like once you get past at any point, I guess,
Mhm.
like start fantasizing what this is like? Is this my
Right.
person? Blah blah. Like I feel like this is my person, so I'm about to take it a little bit more serious, or like anything like that.
Yeah. But you gotta also remember when you create something in your mind, it's a fantasy. So when you create a
Bar.
fantasy, when you,
Bar.
when you create a fantasy, you got to bring logic back into it.
Right.
So that's how I calm myself down. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
I can get ahead of myself and get oh yeah, that's my baby and this and that, blah 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 blah. And I see certain stuff that move me a certain way, but I'm so caught up in my fantasy. It was times where I get so caught up in my fantasy, you know what I'm saying, that it I kinda like move my logic to the side. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Because 'Cause I'm so tied up on, "Oh, yeah, I know this my person."
there we
And
go.
then you stop kinda like paying it I'm not gonna say you stop paying attention to their actions or what they doing or their red flags, but you just kinda like start never minding it because you just prepared for where you wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? So now what I do is I create my fantasy. Of course, I ask myself, can I see myself with this person?
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah, all right, cool, boom. Then I'll take it to the next level and it's feeling good, it's feeling good, it's feeling good. Then you like,
But you don't
oh
get
yeah,
overzealous with it.
yeah, you know what I'm
There we go.
saying?
Okay.
I just once my mind get to where it just get to scattering, then I'm like, hold on, come back down to earth real quick.
Come back to logic.
Yeah, like, okay, what's really going on right now? All right, cool.
Mm,
You can envision that, but let's go to the next level in the most serious note. So now it's like, if we in that honeymoon stage already, not saying engagement, I mean dating
yeah,
wise,
honeymoon stage.
you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So okay, now we getting into, you want more kids, you want this and that, where you envision
There we
yourself,
go.
home property, this and that, blah, blah, credit score, where you see yourself in 5 years, things of that
Right, right,
sort.
right,
You know what
right,
I'm saying? We getting into that type of conversation so I can see if this my person. You know what I mean? Because this person could be a type of a woman that's just day by day. They just go with the flow. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
I'm more so like I got goals. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So I'm planning. So, the average, and that's one of my questions. Where you see yourself in 5 years? Because that's where I gauge myself at. You know what I'm saying? And of course, you get the typical, oh, I see myself owning property. I see myself this and that, blah, blah.
What you doing today to get there though?
But I'm so serious with my shit. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, so what you doing with that? How you gonna get there? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna eventually find my job that can afford it and this and that. I'm like, well, what about your credit and this and that? Oh, well, I'm this and that. I'm like, okay, you just talking. You know what I'm saying? But I've
Mm,
asked women that answered good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Like, well, I've been on my job 10 years and this and that, and I done worked on my credit score for this and that, blah, blah. You know what
right.
I'm saying? I've been looking at different properties and thinking about this and that, but I don't know if I want to get a rental property
Or a
or if I want to
commercial
start
property,
flipping
bro.
or if I
Like,
want to get my
yeah,
first
yeah,
property to live in and then branch off of that.
yeah.
I'm like, I like you. Like
Yeah.
we talking now. Like we
There we
we
go. Yeah.
we talking, you know what I'm saying? But I talk about serious stuff and you blah 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 veer off and then you see on Love of Hip Hop. I don't give a
Oh
fuck.
nah, I'd be girl,
Yeah,
get the
man,
fuck out of
what?
here. Hell nah.
Like, nah, like, why my friend oh, yeah. You okay. That just tell me that you lost on that area. You don't
That
want to talk
part.
about that. You want to talk about something that make you feel
Eh,
comfortable. I like
mm,
uncomfortable
that
conversations.
part.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, let me look at these questions real quick and let's see if anything else out here that other people might we just went that's some real shit.
Tapping in.
That's crazy.
It's funny too though, because you know how earlier you said you was like, man, it's crazy. We've been knowing each other this long. We never had these type of conversations.
Hmm.
Bro, I got multiple men from family to friends that call me on a regular to vent and they vent about their relationships and stuff
Mm,
like that. And I'm a both sides of the fence type of dude.
right.
That's why, they like to talk to me like, but I give them a unmanly perspective.
And
You know what I'm saying?
unbiased.
Unbiased. There you go.
Unbiased for
I
sure.
give them
I'm the same
a
way.
unbiased
Yeah.
perspective because I gotta tell them like you, bro, you gotta look at it from her point of view.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these guys out here got real good women,
Yeah,
and
for
they
sure.
don't really know how to go about it because they still got that other part of them
Yeah.
that they can't let go. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Egos.
Exactly,
Egos. That's where it mostly be centered in their egos.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
And
for
then
sure.
you got guys who are actually good dudes, and they're trying to groom women that's not their character is a little bit more outside and you know what I'm saying,
City
rather
girl.
not really trying to be
They want to
wife
be city girls.
material.
Yeah, they want to
Yeah.
be city
You
girls.
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
So
got a homie that's like that. His girl want to be a fucking city girl so bad, and he be
yeah,
calling me with so much like just shit, just to vent. Weren't there
yeah,
like, and I be feeling so bad for him. Like, dang, that's my. I know he's such a good dude, and it's. I'm like, nigga, leave her the
right.
fuck alone.
But you know what though? Sometime, sometime what you have at stake is worth going through the trauma of grooming that person. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I listen. I'm not saying all of them, but sometimes, for instance, let's just say I'm going through something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you telling me like, bro, what you going through, you don't need to go through. But you can't tell me what's valuable to me,
That part,
and you can't tell me what I'm willing to go through
right?
before I call it quits.
There we go. For
So,
sure,
so,
100% agree.
so I can be with somebody. Let's just say I'm with a woman that want to be a city girl,
Uh,
but I value being a family man. You know what I'm saying? I want it so bad. I'ma try my hardest
That's
to
what he a
say
family man.
exactly, like,
Yeah.
Imma try my hardest to do what I need to do to turn this person around the best way I can because I
Right.
want what I want so bad, and it's right there.
Yeah.
I just gotta fix this one problem. Some people just got that go in them, that gumption in them, like,
Mhm.
"Man, I really want it, but if it hit the fan too bad,
But
I leave."
at the but the shit's always be hitting, especially when you got somebody who wanna be a city girl, the shit always hitting the fan.
That's
So it's
true.
like so for me, again, I just be I'm not an expert.
Mhm.
I'm not an expert. I just give my 2 cents. I always tell people when it comes to relationships, they be like, "Oh, relationships have ups and downs. You gotta go through shit." Yes,
Yeah.
ups and downs are your money. Ups and downs are communication is off. You don't feel like doing X, Y, Z. Y'all both are at 20%, and y'all got to figure out how to give, come up with 100% for this
Right.
relationship. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Ups and downs and going through shit ain't another baby. Ain't cheating. Ain't motherfuckers who they talk to you crazy, make you feel disrespect you. Blah blah.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, you
Facts.
feel me? So it's like, granted, respectfully,
Yeah.
some people are like you said, you don't know what I'm willing to go through.
Right.
Hey, I'm just you came to me venting, nigga. I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
I give
you.
you my perspective. Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
gonna give you. I'm just not the shoulder to cry on. Like I
Yeah.
know that about me. Like that's crazy.
Nah, for sure. You ain't lying. So let me ask you something.
Mhm.
So how do you feel about emotional expectations placed on men?
Emotional expectations placed on men.
Mhm.
There's a lot of hypocritical stuff going on.
Yeah.
Then there's a bunch of stuff where, like you said, women want something because it's catchy, whatever case may be, but can't handle it for real.
Facts.
So like they want a man to be emotional and be able to be emotionally intelligent and all the new buzzwords.
Mhm.
But when some of them get a man who's emotional intelligence, who's going to walk them out the door because their inability to be emotionally intelligent as well is
Yeah.
interrupting his peace. Now all
Mhm.
of a sudden he's a villain in their story.
Mhm.
So I think there's a lot of people who want a man who can be emotional, who can be vulnerable. I think that's what they really be wanting. But
Mhm.
it'd be like you said, like some of that truthful shit they might not be able to handle. But
Yeah.
the caveat to that is that I think that there's somebody out there for everybody.
Right, for sure.
There is a woman out there, women out
Mhm.
there who want an emotionally intelligent man and can handle one. There's women out there who can handle vulnerability, who
Mhm.
can handle being held accountable without feeling attacked and all that one stuff.
Yeah.
Who's gonna appreciate that? But I think when it comes to men, like it's people want a lot of things when it comes to a man. They have certain standards and qualities. Oh, I want him to have all of this, but if they really found one who had all of that, it
Mhm.
would be so uncomfortable to them that they would self sabotage
Definitely. The
it.
things that women ask for when they get them, they're not ready for.
That part.
You know,
They think they're ready, but like Mike Tyson said, everybody goes into a fight with a game plan until they get hit in the face. And I think that's the kind of thing with some women where they say they want all of this stuff, and I want a man who there, and
Mhm.
then when they get one, they're like, it feels so. And I made a post about it, just a recent post, where I said a lot of people are so comfortable in discomfort
Exactly.
and chaos
Mhm.
that when comfort comes,
They're not ready.
calmness comes.
Mhm.
Calmness is boring. um Comfort is outside of their norm, so
Mhm.
they're uncomfortable in the calmness
Yeah.
that they end up self-sabotaging.
No, facts. Like, because what I say is that women, and I'm speaking from experience, you can give a woman 9 out of 10, right? When you give them 9 out of 10, it feels so good to them. It takes them back to when they got hurt. And they was like, the
Mm,
last time I've been this vulnerable and felt this good, a nigga took advantage of me. So when they do
mm,
that, they go in reverse.
That is
then they
true.
start creating toxic situations, or they start creating problems that's not there.
Yep.
And then the dude get confused, like, dang, where all this energy coming from? Like, I ain't doing nothing but being what I'm supposed to, what you've been looking for, what you've been asking for.
That part.
And they go talk, they'll rather talk to a dude that they know ain't shit because they can expect the blow.
They can expect that motherfucker to not be shit.
They can expect the blow. Like, yeah, I seen that coming from him. He a known nigga. He a promoter, and it's no, you know what I mean? To the promoters, you know
Yeah.
that. But I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? I can expect that from him, this and that. For instance, they talk to me or whatever, and they might have just been interested in me or just think I'm just a fun dude or something like that. Then they see how well I attach to their emotions,
Mhm.
and they back up immediately because they be like, I
Mm.
thought this was an ain't shit nigga who just gonna be fun to
Like
kick
for
it with,
fun. Yeah,
but
fun.
I'm falling for this nigga.
And
Like,
oh, I'm glad you said that because I want to segue to another question.
yeah,
I just come off the top of the dome at this point. And again, because from the beginning we're so relatable, so
yeah.
similar that I didn't even know. Do you do you do you get mm, do you feel like some women will approach you and or give you attention in one way, shape, form, or fashion because they like the idea of you, but then when they get closer to you and they see how real you are, how good of a man you are, how emotional intelligent you are, they get afraid and just pull away and just dip.
Intimidation. Yeah,
Do you get that? I get
yeah.
that.
I get that. Like I said, I think it go back to the same thing. Like, you know, they view you as a certain way. So then when they get to know you or whatever, they're like, dang, I ain't expect to fall for him like this. Like, this weird. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I just wanted to see how it was, or I just wanted to kick it with him, see how he seemed like a cool dude. But dang, I really like this person.
This nigga really cool down to earth. He really teaching me something. He really blah blah blah. He about his shit blah blah blah. Like, yeah.
But I could also be the
I'm
person.
scared to get hurt by this nigga because in their mind they already created a perception that you was a cheater, got hoes and all that one shit. So they
Yeah.
like that's why I was getting with that. Like they like the idea of you because we're popular. We have a good look to us. We on our shit,
Mhm.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
Not
that's
only that, it be a thing to where they think it's a temporary thing, and I might not be the person that you've envisioned yourself with.
mm,
But then when you get to me, you get attached. You know what I'm saying? And then you fighting yourself like, man, I don't see myself being with this person, but he feel like everything I'm looking for.
that
You know what I'm
that
saying?
fucking part be
And
everything they be fucking be looking for.
it could be as simple as something that's just physical, like,
Yeah.
man, dang, he's short, or dang, boy, I appreciate him. I didn't think I would like him like this. You know what I'm saying? Now you attached on a
Hmm.
different level to where now you got an attitude for no reason, but you don't want to leave me alone though. You know what I'm saying? Like
For sure.
it's weird.
That's
Like, you know what I'm
and
saying? But that's why people
y'all
should
weird.
that's why people should really like be honest with themselves and shoot for what you
Gotta
looking
be
for.
honest with themselves.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like even me, like, you know, I got a specific type. Yeah, it's just I'm just gonna stick to physical. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I like small, petite women. You
Right.
know, just cute and shape. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I done talk to a lot of thick women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I done talk to women taller than me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So you can keep a variety, but you gotta also date with the intent that I'm trying to date to see if I can be with them forever.
That part.
So if I really, that's what I was going back to where I was saying, like envisioning you naked. If I can't look at you and be like, I can be with you forever. We look great together. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not gonna go that route. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say I'm perfect because I have slipped up and I had somebody double back that I
Yeah.
know I ain't about to be with, but they did caught
Yeah.
me on a good time. Like, you
Yeah.
know what?
It was a couple times
You wanna go
from
have a drink?
November
Like,
where my favorite eaters hit me up like, oh, I done posted that picture on the gram on my story looking good as fuck. And she like, damn, you look so good. I just want to come eat you up. Martha like, oh my God, she got that Gog 10,000. Not a Gog 3,000.
the
And niggas will
10,000.
know
Said the
the
10.
3,000 is the she got the
So
10,000.
she
You
got the
like,
big girl head.
oh,
And
I want to say yes
Ace
so
Boogie. So she got the big
bad.
girl head.
Grown woman.
No- Oh, you ain't never had that big girl head?
You
Hey,
know what big girls do? Now I see where you're
I was
going with
about to see
that.
what you gonna say.
It took
I
a
was about to
second.
say.
It took a second. The niggas know we ain't.
I just want to see you gonna keep it 100.
The little meme like, who gonna tell them? Who gonna tell them? Nah, we ain't gonna tell the girls what big girl head is. But yeah,
all big girls not ugly. I didn't came across some gorgeous.
You know what's so crazy? I said they get a bad shake because I think it's like I don't want to get canceled. I'm gonna erase that.
It's just intense.
Intense. On that note,
they really mean it.
On that note, we're gonna go to this quick fire round.
Quick fire round. I got you, brother.
Quick answers back and forth. Oh man, this wine is hitting y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I don't like sweet wines, but I think I'm gonna keep a bottle of this Cali Extreme 21 in my wine fridge because summertime about to come up. I can see this on ice. Chill. Mixed drink, chilled. Yeah. I got a little pond in my backyard, about a pond. The water,
the gazebo.
I ain't gonna go there. Eye contact or physical touch.
Physical touch for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm gonna tell you why, cause I got this thing about me, right? When I'm paying attention to you, a lot of times I look away. It's odd. It's odd.
It's kind of odd. When I'm paying attention to you, I'm looking away. It's an oxymoronic statement. When
I talk to men, right, I tend to look at them in their face because I want you to know I'm direct. I'm serious about what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? So when I talk to women, I give eye contact, but when I listen my best, I'm kind of like looking away. You know what I'm saying? Because I can look at you and you can be doing this. You can be doing this, but the fact that I'm looking at you doing this, then my mind wander.
Like so pretty as fuck. Her mouth is so cute.
Just stupid shit. You feel me? But then if I'm listening to you talk and I'm looking away, I pay attention to more because I'm not focused on you, but I'm listening to everything you saying.
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm a touchy-feely person. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm super tactile.
I wanted you to feel my energy. You know what I mean?
Tactile. How you find definition when I use big words in there? Go ahead and ask me a question.
For sure. Regular check-ins, I just flow.
Just flow for sure. I don't like no quote unquote check-ins. The check-in is gonna be when we flow.
For sure.
When you think about me, hit my line. When I think about you, I'm gonna hit your line.
Yeah.
Hate people who be like waiting for me to keep hitting them up. Like, oh, I ain't heard from you in a day or two. Well, if you thought about me a day ago or 10 hours ago, why you didn't just hit my line? I don't like the fucking playing the games of
I don't like my
who hit who. I canceled.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Hate it. You know share your past or just focus on the future.
Share my past. Reason why? Because I want you to understand where I came from.
That part.
Yeah.
Understand what I've been through.
I want you to understand what I've been through, and then you see me as now. You can see where I grow, where I grew at. You know what I'm saying? And
you can also not make the same mistakes people from the past made. That's how I look at it too.
Facts. But you know what though? A lot of times, people on both ends, men and women, they listen to your past and use that to manipulate you. You know what I'm saying? They be like, I'm gonna be the complete opposite of what that nigga was, or the complete opposite of what that female was. I'm gonna get you to gravitate to me, and I'm gonna drain you.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Facts. You gotta use that to your.
You gotta have your discernment though.
Yeah, you gotta be
discernment. Go ahead.
Be pursued, or are you the pursuer?
Fuck. That is a good one. I've been drinking, so I can blame it on the wine.
Type shit.
That fucking train. I feel like it's in the fucking parking lot.
Type shit.
It might get me canceled, but I'm gonna blame it on the wine. It's one transparency moment. I cannot initiate conversations with complete strangers.
Okay.
And that's across the board. Not just when like I don't want women to be like, oh, you're scared of girls. No, it's men, women, networking events. Like I don't go to them because I'm like, I'm gonna go in here. I can't walk up to somebody and be like, how you doing? My name is Adam. Like I don't know why. I'm in therapy though, so we're gonna get down to the bottom of it.
Sometimes people be afraid to get embarrassed, like just rejected.
Listen, my therapist was like, what do you feel like you're gonna be embarrassed? Like we done ran down the scenarios. Do you feel like you're like not so smart? I'm like, no, I've been in rooms, networking events where I know all of these people know me and they know I'm the best photographer because they've been to my event, but I still like don't initiate conversation with people. It's I don't know what the fuck it is. Let's figure the fuck. That's what you're supposed to do, therapist.
Shit.
with that being said, though, there are plenty of times where I still kind of I call it talking shit.
Mhm.
I can talk shit to complete strangers,
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Like
and they'd be
icebreakers.
like, "Oh, it's like I'm like they post some food or some shit like that." I'm right to like, "Damn, that shit look good as shit. I make that shit all the time. Like that should be good
Mhm.
as fuck when I make it." And they be like, "Oh, make me some." I'm right to like, "Oh,
Alright.
all right, shit,
Right,
I'll make
yeah.
you some when you want to come out." Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, the counsel part though is that there has not been a woman yet that has pursued me or even because I don't need to be pursued. Just initiate a conversation with me, initiate attraction, initiate something. Like you ain't gotta pursue
Mhm.
me.
Yeah,
The only people who have pursued me were people who didn't stand a chance.
exactly. They
That's
got the most confidence.
they have the
They
most
got
fucking
they
confidence,
got the I don't give a fuck how
utmost,
it go.
utmost
Talk to you
confidence,
crazy.
baby,
Talk to you crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then the
crazy.
ones, but you know what's so crazy is the ones who we may want or credentials are pretty high, right?
Mhm.
They hold, and men too. We tend to be like, okay, we got value, so our aura is of a certain standard. Like, so when you outside, you hold this energy about you, like, yeah, I'm overly confident, this and that. And in the inside, you be like, I hold this aura for protection, but I'm really kind of like shy. I'm really a people person, and
Mm,
this and that. And then I think women got this bad bitch persona, like, yeah, I never push down on the nigga. Like, you know what I
mm,
mean? To where it's just like it's nothing wrong with being, yourself
yeah,
and
for sure.
and it's not dumbing yourself down
That
to say
part.
you're attracted to a guy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
Because
initiate a little conversation with them.
at the
But you
end
know
of the
what's so
day,
crazy? Not to
well,
interrupt you,
yeah,
because I'm a photographer and I've been for 10 years, what I've learned about women, a lot of women,
hmm,
they have that bad girl persona, bad chick persona. They're the most the most beautifulest ones.
most
And I know
insecure
beautifulest isn't a word, but I'm gonna put it down here in my definition.
for sure.
The most beautifulest ones be the ones with the lowest self-esteem
Be the most insecure.
and insecure.
Hence the ones that be like, they get the same surgery 5 times because it's just not perfect. It's not. It's never gonna be perfect.
That part. So what's so crazy, I think that plays a huge part of why they don't initiate. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. I would like for a woman to an attractive woman to just initiate, hey, and you know what's so crazy with women, they be like, oh, there's been times where a pretty girl, like I initiated or we've been chit chatting or DMing or commenting on each other's stories for the longest, and I finally put some hard eyes or I say, "Damn, you fine as fuck,"
Yeah.
and then they like, "Oh my god, I've been flirting with you for the longest." Like, thank you. I'm right to like flirting with where you be flirting
Like
with me,
where?
and they be like, just scroll up, and I scroll up, and it's like, that's a nice blue shirt. You look good. You look nice in red.
Right.
That's not fucking. I'm not
Yeah.
the type of good. Let me PSA to you women. Good men aren't out here thinking every compliment is a girl who wants his dick in her fucking mouth.
Type.
We know that just sometimes compliments is just a
Just
compliment.
a
That
compliment.
doesn't mean you want us.
And that's part of
So
maturity too.
be more
Direct.
direct.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, so
And
definitely
then
this
like
has happened.
before you go to the next thing, like people don't realize like men want to be wanted, women want to be loved. You feel me? So
That's a
the
bar,
thing
another
of
bar.
the thing about men is we want to be appreciated for the things we do, the hard
Facts.
work we push out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Women want to be loved, so they want to be cuddled, caressed,
Mm-hmm.
complimented, you know what I'm saying? Put on a pedestal, made feel like a queen for
Facts.
the support that they supply. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's
Facts.
support in the household or support that baby keep on going, the encouragement, things of that
Words of
sort.
affirmation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They want the benefits of what come with a hardworking man. And a man just wanna listen, if you a woman that when a nigga get off work or whatever you got going on, you just make this nigga something to eat
Mm-hmm.
and just rub his head and shit. That nigga gonna be like, man, this girl loves everything about me.
Facts.
You feel me? It don't cost no money.
At all. Um. First date. Pick her up
Oops, sorry.
or meet there.
Nah, I mean, my thing is, my thing is going into first dates, I'm always assuming that a woman don't want me in her comfort zone yet. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I, call her like, hey, yo, we still linking? Like, yeah, all right, cool. You want to meet where we going, or you want to meet somewhere and jump in the car with me? You always let a woman invite you.
That
Don't
part.
never invite yourself.
That part. Oh, that's
You know what I'm
bar.
saying? So
Message. Dude from Don't Be a Menace. Message.
real talk, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So I'll be like, yeah, you want to be over there? Then let them say, oh, nah, I'm cool. I feel comfortable. You can come pick me up at my house.
Yep.
Okay, cool. And then you have women that's standing on business. Oh, no, we
I'll
can
meet
meet
you
there.
there.
Cool.
For sure.
And you be cool about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't be like, dang, what you don't trust me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's
That
how when a nigga hits y'all with that, when you say I'll meet you there,
they
and
on bullshit.
his first thing is, dang, you know the y'all need to start looking at the red fucking flags for
Exactly.
what they are.
Exactly.
Y'all that don't even register to y'all, but
Because in his mind, he done already created a whole scenario. I'm gonna pick her up from her house. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go somewhere where we at least have some drinks.
and
Then
then
when I
we'll go
drop her
back.
off, like, shit, you wanna chill, you wanna kick it, you trying to
Y'all need to, and as soon as that
Yeah.
nigga say that, like now the date canceled, be like, oh, you know what, my babysitter canceled on me.
Type
They
shit.
need to start doing that. So I be trying to give them that message.
Call out behavior. I let that shit slide.
I don't let nothing slide. I
Don't let it
literally wrote
slide.
this book
I don't
about
let shit
communication
slide.
because I stand on
Business.
business,
I don't let shit
not
slide.
biz,
Yeah,
business with a D,
for sure.
B-I-D. I stand on business when it comes to communication.
Real talk.
Like I make sure my woman knows that she can come to me. She's not gonna feel attacked when she comes to me. That she can be comfortable when she comes to me. She'll be heard, seen, listened, the whole nine. Like I make sure of that up front,
Right.
on her end, because I expect, like we said earlier, I expect the same thing in return.
Yeah.
When I come to you with something, I expect to be heard, seen, you not to feel attacked, and blah blah blah. Know that I'm coming from a place of love, and blah blah blah. So definitely
Because
speak on this shit.
how I feel is when you dealing with somebody, you can tell you dealing with somebody that's looking for a problem or that's insecure, and a person that's genuinely trying to get clarification.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? So when I give you the floor free, I expect the floor free. You know what I'm saying? And it's not like I'm about to be like, oh, you said you got off work. Where you at now? It don't take you that long to get home. Why you ain't at home? That's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just expecting like if something seemed a little odd to me, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I'm be like, yo, you cool? Like, is everything straight? You know what I'm saying? Normally you do this, you know what I'm saying? Just a little time. And then they gotta be like, damn, like da. It ain't gotta be all that.
Right.
Oh no, baby. Cause I feel like a person who comfortable in themselves, they don't mind. And the problem that a lot of guys have is they don't feel like they need to explain themselves. And I feel like society is teaching people, trying to teach people like, don't explain nothing to nobody. You your own grown person. No, when you in a relationship, when you dating,
This is a us thing.
explanation
It's a us thing,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
granted. Like,
Yeah.
that's needed.
It's a given. It's
That's a
should
comfort
be.
zone.
Yeah.
How you married and you feel like you ain't gotta explain yourself.
That's wow. Even in a relationship, how we in a relationship and you feel like
You ain't gotta explain. That don't make
that's crazy.
sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm questionable about something that seem odd to me, that seem out of character, it could be just something I'm asking over a safety situation.
Facts.
Like, what's up, babe? I know like just say you live with your girl or something like that, and she get off, and Monday through Thursday, she then came home, you know what I mean, at a certain time or this and that. And she get off at this time, and it's like 3 hours past on you on a Friday, and you like, what's up, boo? Just checking on you, you know what I'm saying? Heard from you and everything. Normally be home by this time. I'm not expecting, but damn, nigga, I can't da. I'm expecting, my bad, bad. You know, you right. My phone died when I got out work. I was charging when I was driving, stopped by my mom's house, this and that.
That part.
That's just comfortable.
That's
It's not
just actually that to me, I feel like that's just common sense.
that's just, yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Same with the guys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You at work or whatever, and the guy's like, hey, we about to go over to the bar and some wings or this and that. Hey, babe.
Sometimes
Hey,
you're just so excited that you forget to do that. But when your girl do finally call and say, "Hey, babe, what's up?"
yeah, my bad,
Oh,
bro.
no.
We
Oh,
over
my
here.
bad. We blah
Exactly.
blah blah.
We over here kicking it with the guys. There's nothing wrong with hollering at your lady and giving her comfort. Like, hey, babe, just let you know, stopping over here by Rasconi's, about to have some little wings and just kick it for a little bit with the
Kickbacks.
guys. You know what I'm saying?
Stopping the
Kickbacks.
kickbacks real quick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Watch the game, kick it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Later on, you need something on the way.
You
Blah.
want some wings from Kickbacks? They got the best wings. So that's a little shameless plug for my
You feel
peoples.
me? You know what I'm saying? But at the same
If I
time,
get some after the show, actually.
what you said. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, especially if you know you're dealing with somebody coming from a damaged past.
That part.
Like help them heal.
Help me, nigga. I'm
Nigga,
that
right.
Kevin Hart right there.
Yeah, for real. Like, help them heal. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the best way to help somebody heal is giving them ultimate communication.
That part. And on that note, we're gonna end it on that note.
For sure.
on that note, we're gonna end it on that note. I appreciate you, brother, for coming on.
My guy, anytime,
We're
man.
definitely about to start kicking it a lot
For
more,
sure, for sure.
and I appreciate you.
My guy. Yes, sir. Blessings.
Yeah.